London last name?
London Brown.
Mr. London Brown, ladies and gentlemen. London Brown.
Kindly.
From Asia A. All right. So you just arrived?
No, I didn't want to sit in and watch it, so I'm outside.
Okay.
But it's cool, you know.
When did you arrive?
I got out here yesterday, and then as far as today, during that brilliant film right before this joint, that kid was great, man. He was cold. He was cold. When he coming out the clothes, whoa. That's stuff I appreciate. I'd be like, man, you should feel something. I was like, the whole cast, that was dope, man.
Yep.
So now I had a chance. I couldn't say it, cause, but now I can say it. So yeah, it was dope.
Okay. Did you dance last night? Did you go to the party or something like that?
No, I'm real chill, man. I keep low key.
Okay. All right.
But if y'all got something going on tonight,
I'm sure there's something going on, a little something going on every night. All right. So let's unpack it a little bit. Tell us about yourself real quick.
My name is London Brown. I'm from South Central Los Angeles, and the director, they gave me a call a couple summers ago, and I guess they found me from, some of you guys may know me from Ballers, HBO's Ballers. I played Fat Reggie, the annoying guy on that show. I'm not really like that, but I guess they liked my work on there and had me to come in for this, and I'm just trying to, I do stand-up, and I'm an actor, and that's kind of my quick story.
Okay. And for those that don't know, the director is?
Andrew Reid. Andrew Reid, yeah.
And is there something about Andrew that you want to share?
So this story is really based off of his life. And he still even is walking with a cane. So it really meant something for him to really want to get this story out, because a lot of people don't know about this, but this is a real story. And he was really dope. He really took the time to push me for whatever it is he was trying to get. And he's sorry he couldn't make it.
Okay. Andrew has another film in this festival. It's called Road to Zion. I think we screened this also in Denver, Colorado.
Oh,
and he attended that. And like you said, he's walking with a cane.
Right.
I'm not sure if he's Jamaican or not.
Yeah.
He is Jamaican. Okay. All right. He's tall as well. He's like 6'2", something like that?
Yeah, got a little height on him, yeah.
And was he an athlete?
I think so.
Oh, y'all didn't, because I know you look like an athlete, or you may have been an athlete.
I'll be trying to hit the gym a little bit. No, but I think that's what it was. He was doing some sort of sporting activity, and from what I know, the injury was something real. It was like the actual injury was something lightweight, and it did a whole number on him. So.
Oh, okay. But he's recovered a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can walk with
Right.
assistance from a cane. How did you prepare for this role?
Really had a lot of talks with him, and just doing a lot of studying on the whole spinal injury and that sort of thing, and just being able to talk to him one-on-one was good, because it was his story. Give or take a couple of different things, but for me it was just also just having to not move, even just doing that was, because I think we take sometimes we take things for granted. We just get up and we just move, and but there are people who really can't do these kinds of things. And actually, after doing it, made me very appreciative and very thankful that I can still function the way I do.
Right.
So I don't take that stuff for granted.
Right, exactly. Now, were you filming anything else simultaneously, or was this during a down period?
I think I had just finished Ballers at the time, probably season 3 or something like that. I just finished that. So I was just in between touring during stand-up or whatnot. So. Oh,
you're active on the stand-up scene?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I
we got a stage right here. We can.
Well, since we're here, no, I do want to say this. When I got off the ferry, I was concerned because I didn't see any black people. Then I realized that y'all was here, so that was cool. I mean, I didn't know. I was like, is this the right spot? I was like, so this is cool. I could smell the incense when I parked and the shea butter. I was like, cool. I found, the natural hair and all that stuff. I was like, that was good. It was good
That's
to be
funny.
here. It's good, man.
Did you come in through Oaks Bluff, or did you come in through VH?
Oaks Bluff?
Oaks Bluff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like, Well, okay, it's a joke.
I didn't. I was like, I can't. I was like, but it's good. Y'all here and y'all representing, and that's good, man. That's good.
Okay, all right, dynamite. So let's see. So you said you did your scene study and your character study through Andrew himself. And I think what you really captured was the essence of someone who was, I guess he's paraplegic.
Yeah. I was hoping so. That's why I don't be wanting to watch it, but I hope that it connected to something.
Is there some kind of like? Do you have? I know like sometimes when actors play a particular role, they kind of embody the character, or they don't want to take it with them. Did you feel like you didn't want to jinx yourself or nothing like that?
Emotionally, it was draining a little, and so for me, I try to just immerse into that. So I didn't do stand up that particular week because I didn't want to be cutting in and out of that. I just kind of wanted to be in that headspace, and in whatever way I could do that. So I just try to stay very melancholy, just really tuned in. For that, at least with my style, I don't, because it'd be interesting to do that and then go work a club or something, go to that and then go hit a nightclub and then go to the picnic and then go back.
Right.
I'd rather just stay in there.
So you were work home?
Yeah.
And how many days did it take to shoot this?
I think we shot this maybe like a week, and we just banged it out, and that was interesting. I lost my brother in 2015. He was murdered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so I think somewhere in there I pulled from that too a little bit, So all of that kind of helped.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
My condolences to you and your family. So, so the story is essentially about that. That's a part of it, him being crippled, but he's also going through this struggle with he's kind of starting over, or he's pivoting, so to speak.
Right.
Because now his lady, she's got second thoughts.
Yeah, man, that was kind of interesting too. I mean, it's one of those things where with the character, I think that he's coming to this. It's either like fight or flight. He has to decide what's he going to do. Is he going to just, because now he can't maybe do what he used to do, life just stops? Or will he, I think by the end he decides to actually embrace it and try to move forward the best way he can.
He's starting fresh.
Right.
He comes to that conclusion that she's not really for me. She's kind of like kind of having a little sympathy for me, and that's not what he wants.
It's a little bit of all of that. I mean, he's coming to terms with himself. He's coming to terms with her, and seeing, that's when you really find out who's well
down
with
you, right?
When you because people are always around when the light is bright. It's the same way we're like, even on a personal note, like with my career, I remember I did another TV show called The Hustle, and I played like this Brooklyn rapper, whatever. The show got canceled. And then, your friends are cool, but they see something like this, they see ballers, and, everybody's a prophet. Oh, Lana, you going to really make it? You going to be somebody? Say that when I'm not working, you know what I mean? So it's the same way with the character where, like, she's like, she was in this interesting space of ambivalence of, like, is she going to hold him down? Is she not? And as a man, we're not into that kind of sympathy. Like,
right.
if you there, be there. Hold me down, and so that you can lift me up.
Absolutely. All right. Any questions from the audience? They
don't care about me.
Oh, we got one question over here.
It's very important for people to know the difference in occupational therapy versus physical therapy. And we kind of split you up when we, in the facility, we usually get the top half, and physical therapy get the bottom half, and speech therapy get the head and the mouth. So we work on cognitive retraining and upper body strength and, ADLs. And so it's just interesting how, but also emotionally, we have to be your cheerleader until you learn how to cheer for yourself. And we have to deal with the dynamics of the family and the doctor. So I'm so glad it was portrayed that how medical professionals, we're human too. And we have to bring our vulnerability to the table in order for you to be vulnerable, to allow us to treat you. And we may have 30 minutes or 60 minutes that day, We ain't got time to be messing around trying to get you to do it. You got to do it because Medicare don't care about you. So it's just interesting how that played out. And also how the gentleman next to him is literally killing himself because he's probably depressed about his wife, but you don't even know what's going on. They're diabetic. And I have patients feeding each other all the time, killing each other. So it's just interesting, the dynamics. But you as a young man, I think you played, you know, really a serious role. I could see that you had to pull somewhere really dark to get there because you really don't know how somebody feels in that situation. But you also got to take care of yourself because after the situation, even if you're just playing a role, it could follow you. So always check in with yourself. But you did a phenomenal, phenomenal job.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. We got time for one more question back here. Can we get the mic over here, please? Raise your hand. Thank you.
Yes, my question is has to do with your teammate when he came in. Can you explain that whole scene and why his reaction, you know, to the teammate?
I think that, like, sometimes in situations like this, I recall this, like, when my brother was murdered, people sometimes don't know really what to do. So they come in, because I remember I would see posts and I say, you know, RIP, and we say these things so loosely, but a lot of times we gotta, after my situation, I'm bringing up my brother because of what I was using to pull from. Like, I didn't want to see RIP all the time, all these reminders that my brother was gone, but we don't have that perspective until we're in a situation. Now it forces us to think outside of what we're used to, right? And so with the friend coming in, I just think that the friend was unaware of how sensitive the situation was. 'Cause I know he was trying to be a good friend and support and talk about the game and the good old days and what was going on. But for my brother, who was an athlete, played basketball, I didn't want to watch a basketball game for a long time. I didn't want to hear no certain songs. It took me a minute, you know, and I didn't cry. I'll tell you this one. As a black man in South Central LA, I didn't even know how to cry. I didn't cry. I thought something was medically wrong because I was conditioned, right, to what was going on in the previous film. We get conditioned by these ideas. So my friend in back to Asia, I think he was just trying to come in. He was trying to keep the energy up, but sometimes it's cool to mourn and be in that space for somebody. You know what I mean? That helps. I didn't mean to be so verbose about that.
Down front.
I come from theater. People will ask me, not that I have this elaborate career, but people will ask, say, well, how do I get in? I think that theater is a great way. It sets you apart a little bit, I think. There's a work ethic that you get from doing theater. There's a presence that comes with doing theater. And so I was doing that. I was touring back and forth throughout high school. And then I started landing a few gigs, and I was teaching at one point and working as a choreographer. And I think all of that stuff kind of just, you know, put me in a different space, you know. And so that's another reason why I decided to go with this project, because it's different from the guy I play on Ballers, and it's different from doing stand-up. So I just want to create some sort of range so I don't be capsulated into something.
Was this your
Callback.
was this your first short film?
Yeah, it's my first short film.
I get it.
All right, good deal. Give me a round of applause, Mr. London Brown.
God bless, man. Okay.
All right, we're gonna reconvene.